Okay, I want to talk a little bit about epigenetics. Myself and an Englishman by the name of Bruce Lipton, like Lipton tea, are considered the founders and fathers of the science of epigenetics, which is rapidly replacing genetics. That's because genetics has been one of those failed theories. There's thousands of failed medical theories every century in the world, and this goes back for thousands of years. And the 20th century and 21st century is no different. One of the failed theories, one of the major failed theories, medical theories of the last 2 centuries, 20th and 21st century, is genetics. Genetics do determine whether you're going to be an XX female, XY male, and determine your hair color, eye color, skin color. That's it. There are no genetically transmitted diseases. There are no genetically caused birth defects. All birth defects are caused by nutritional deficiencies, either direct deficiencies or malabsorption or drugs or chemicals that interfere with nutritional elements in the diet. Okay. And so you have to appreciate that we need to be giving all 90 essential nutrients to people, both men and women, in the childbearing years for 6 months to a year before they get pregnant. All through the pregnancy, the baby's developed in from the moment they're born. And, of course, the OB/GYN should be held responsible for this. They're not dealing with this in any way, shape, or form. They think they're doing something good when they're teaching a teenager how to put a condom on a cucumber. They don't tell them about taking 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids before pregnancy to prevent all birth defects. And, of course, there are no genetics that cause any diseases. And, you look at the black community, diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, sickle cell anemia, heart disease, cancer. These things are supposed to be genetic in the black community. Well, they're not. They're not genetic in the black community, nor are they genetic in the white community. They're simple nutritional deficiency diseases, and they're totally preventable, and they're totally reversible. Even Alzheimer's disease is not a genetic disease. Alzheimer's disease, even though you have it in 3 or 4 generations of the family, is in fact a simple nutritional deficiency of the brain, and it's a physician-caused disease, and it's totally preventable, totally reversible. So I want everybody to get a hold of the book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. Of course, there's 2 CDs that go along with it. There's a third one coming along here, but the 2 that are in place are Somebody Needs to Go to Jail, which is a DVD. Somebody Needs to Go to Jail. And then the CD is called Public Enemy Number 1. We have a second CD, which I have the edited form in my hands, and we're working on the label and the packaging, and so it should be out in just a couple of weeks. It's called A Stick of Butter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. It's not apples anymore, it's butter. A stick of butter a day keeps the doctor away. And then, of course, we have Rare Earths Been Cures, and it goes into many diseases are said to be genetically transmitted, which are not. They're simple nutritional deficiencies. And in the book, Immortality, we look at the top 20 longevity cultures on Earth, and they actually have 40 times 100 rules we do. The book Immortality goes into these top 20 longevity cultures. They have 40 times 100 rules we Americans do. They have 100 per 250 of their population. We have 100 per 10,000. Are you kidding me? They have 40 times 100 rules we do. And so I urge you to get those 3 books, Epigenetics, Rare Earths Been Cures, Immortality. Get the CDs called Public Enemy Number 1, and also A Stick of Butter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. You'll be amazed at that one. I really had a great time dealing with that one. It was a radio interview, a great radio interview on a financial program called Guns and Butter. You will have fun with that one. And we can add 25 to 50 healthy years to people's lives. Equally or more importantly, we can add 25 to 50 healthy years to the lives of your kids and grandkids. Otherwise, prediction is if you don't get proactive, if you don't become a student of this information and have weekly meetings and really make it a priority to add 25 to 50 healthy years to the lives of your kids and grandkids, you will be standing graveside burying them. That's the expert information here. This is a catastrophic prediction of biblical proportions. It's as great as a great flood. Okay, and so we have to do something about it because the medical system has failed us, the government has failed us. So again, urge you to get a hold of the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. You see, genes are a blueprint. They cannot do their thing without the 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids. The medical system and the government have the false belief that genes are autonomous and good genes are going to do good things and bad genes are going to do bad things. That's nonsense. They require stuff to perform. And so you do have to consciously take in the 90 essential nutrients, 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids, and to consciously avoid the bad stuff that do cause all kinds of damage. We're talking about fried foods, processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, no oils. That means no microwave popcorn, no theater popcorn, no olive oil, coconut oil, margarines, mayonnaise, sulfurs, and cooking oils. Not even olive oil? No, not even olive oil. And you also need to get rid of gluten, wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Wheat, barley, rye, and oats, gluten, actually is one of the biggest causes, indirectly, of over 900 different nutritional deficiencies diseases, both at the embryo and the postnatal years, babies, including adults. Okay? And that's because you cannot absorb the nutrients, even if they're in your food. But we have epidemics of all these diseases, arthritis, obesity, diabetes, Alzheimer's disease, because these nutrients are either no longer found in your food or doctors are consciously making you stop eating them because they're false beliefs. Well, stick with us. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to your pearls of wisdom.
All right. I thought we might talk a little bit today about a CNN story that I found that says more than 1 billion, that's billion with a B, people globally are living with high blood pressure. In 2015, there were 1.13 billion people living with high blood pressure worldwide, majority of them in low and middle-income countries. This was all published in the journal Lancet, and it found the number of people affected by high blood pressure has almost doubled over the last 40 years. In most countries, men had higher blood pressure than women, and the study highlighted a stark contrast between people are the most affected in high-income countries, showing a sharp decline in blood pressure among their populations in recent decades. Low- and middle-income countries have seen those numbers spike, particularly in South Asia and Africa. According to the lead author here, Majid Azadi, a professor of global environmental health at the Imperial College in London, says when you look at this globally, blood pressure is a condition of poverty, not affluence. They say the relationship with national income is completely inverse. The difference is made more evident by the fact that half of the world's adults with high blood pressure in 2015 were living in Asia. United States, Canada, and South Korea had the lowest rates in the world. The UK had the lowest portion in Europe. And they go on to add that this is most likely down to the differences between these populations in terms of healthy food options, but also access to health services, providing diagnosis and treatment. And they say the estimated 226 million people in China have been found to have high blood pressure, among about 200 million in India. The top 5 countries for high blood pressure among the men were all in Central and Eastern Europe: Croatia, Latvia, Lithuania, Hungary, and Slovenia. They say for women, the top 5 were all in Africa: Niger, Chad, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Somalia. To reveal these findings, they collaborated with the World Health Organization as well as hundreds of scientists around the world, and studying changes in blood pressure in every country between 1975 and 2015. Blood pressure is estimated to cause 7.5 million deaths globally, almost 13% of all deaths, according to the World Health Organization. And they say as a leading risk factor for cardiovascular disease, reducing blood pressure is also a key step to meeting overarching target of reducing non-communicable diseases and mortalities. They say the new study is the first effort at compiling data to assess whether country trends are progressing in the right direction to meet the World Health Assembly target that was set in 2011, aimed at reducing the prevalence of high blood pressure by 25% by 2025. And in this whole article, not one mention of that it's possible to control your blood pressure naturally with using supplements and diet and exercise.
Well, exactly right. And first thing you have to appreciate, Doug, is that when you take a medication to reduce blood pressure, it really doesn't deal with the cause. It just deals with the symptom, which is high blood pressure. And of course, high blood pressure is caused by a couple of things. It could be obstructive artery disease called PAD, peripheral artery disease, of plugging into little small arteries in your fingers and toes and these appendages. And then, of course, simple nutritional deficiencies can cause high blood pressure. And so you have to do 2 things. Number 1, get rid of the cause, which is get rid of all the inflammatory foods in your diet: no fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, no oils. It means no theater popcorn, no microwave popcorn, no olive oil, coconut oil, margarines, mayonnaise, sulfurs, and cooking oils, and absolutely no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats, which means a major shift in the dietary habits of people in the world. But this is one of the main reasons why we have damage to the arteries, resulting secondarily in high blood pressure. And of course, we no longer have the nutrients in our food that are required to prevent and reverse high blood pressure. These nutrients are no longer found in your food. So I urge everybody to get hold of the book Epigenetics, Rare Earth-Been Cures, and Immortality, and learn how to deal with this. And stick with us. We're going to be back with Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to New York. And Michael, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Michael, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Yes, sir. How can we help you?
Hi. Yeah, I called about 2-3 months ago, and I had a catheter in my chest for access to the for dialysis, while the one in my arm was getting better, and I got an infection due to that. I was in the hospital for like over 2 weeks, and I got swelled up, and I wanted to know what could get that information out of me.
Okay, first of all, are you still on dialysis?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have diabetes?
Yes.
Okay.
High blood pressure.
How much? Okay, and high blood pressure. And how much do you weigh, sir?
Now I got up to I'm like 350 now.
And how tall are you?
6'1".
Okay. Yeah, you need to lose about 150 pounds here. Okay. All right, Charmaine, What would you do for this nice gentleman, Michael? He's got high blood pressure. He's on dialysis. Let's see here, he's got type 2 diabetes, and he's obese. So what are we going to do for him?
Well, first of all, he needs to get on a gluten-free diet and none of the bad stuff, no fried food, no oils, none of that. Then he needs at least 3 healthy brain and heart packs, and he also needs the sweeties, and he needs the Daily Classic and the Niacin Plus.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very, very good. What would you do for the weight loss then?
I give the what's it called? Rev, yeah.
Yeah, that's the new supercalifragilistic Superman, Superwoman ASAP. It's called Rev now. And so Char's exactly right, Michael. You need to get rid of all the bad stuff, all the inflammatory stuff. That means absolutely no fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites. Absolutely no oils. It means no olive oil, coconut oil, margarines, mayonnaise, salt, cooking oils. Absolutely no gluten, no wheat, brown, and oats. And I would stay away from the sugary things also. I mean, we're talking about fruit and fruit juices, agave syrup, maple syrup, honey, molasses, all that's got to go because you have diabetes. And Char's exactly right. We've got to go by body weight here. A minimum, I'm going to take 3 of the Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month. Oh, well, hang on, Michael. We'll be back. We'll go through your supplement program suggestions after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to New York. And Michael, okay, again, as Char said, Michael, ideally you would get 4 Healthy Brain and Heart packs, but I'd go for 3. And if even that is a financial burden, don't go any lower than 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs. But I recommend 3 Healthy Brain and Heart packs, a full dose of everything at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then that's your basic needs. And then for your high blood pressure, as Char said, you want to use the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. I go ahead and take 12 a day. That's 3 bottles a month, 4 at breakfast, 4 at lunch, 4 at dinner. That's going to support healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries and support healthy blood pressure. I would also throw in the Ultimate Cardio Sticks. I'd go ahead with 3 a day, 1 at breakfast, 1 at lunch, 1 at dinner. That's 3 boxes a month. They come 30 in a box. And those are also going to support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries. And then, because you have diabetes, I'd go ahead and get 3 bottles of sweeties per month, so you can take 12 of those a day, 4 at breakfast, 4 at lunch, 4 at dinner. be sure you take your fasting blood sugar in the morning before you medicate yourself. And as your blood sugar drops, and it will, you'll begin to lower your medication as your doctor has instructed you to. Now, for the dialysis, the same thing. The Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, and the Ultimate Cardio Sticks. Those two things are going to support healthy blood flow into the arteries of your kidneys when you're on dialysis. When you have kidney failure, in most cases, Michael, there's nothing wrong with your kidneys, but the arteries, the little microscopic arteries, 10,000 times the diameter, smaller than the diameter of your hair, these are carrying the dirty blood into the filtering units. And if they're plugged, your blood tests are going to show you're not filtering the blood, not because there's anything with your kidneys, but because the filtering units are not getting the dirty blood because these little arteries are plugged. Now, for the weight loss, as Shar said, I would go with the Rev, R-E-V, to add to that. And because you need to lose 150 pounds, I'd get 2 bottles of that Rev per month, so you can take 2 droppers full before each meal. Full dropper full, not a drop, but a full dropper full of the Rev, 30 minutes for each meal, and a second dropper full of Rev, 15 minutes for the meal. Leave it absorb under your tongue. Might take a minute or two to do that. If you swallow it, it won't hurt you, but you're going to get maximum benefit if you leave it absorb through your oral tissues. And within a week or so, you should be losing a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. We deal with people who are 400, 600 pounds, and so, you're not quite 400 pounds, but you should be able to respond to these things very, very well. But this is a lifetime deal. And of course, if you have to cut things by a third because of finances, we understand that. It's better to do 2/3 than nothing, right? But it will impact the speed at which you see benefit. If you have to cut something, I would cut one of those healthy brain and heart packs because since you're on dialysis and you have diabetes and you have high blood pressure, I would take the full doses of everything else. Give us a call in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and we'll walk you through this, Michael. Well, stick with us, folks. We're going to be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages.
Let's head to Sedalia, Colorado, and Robert, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Robert, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. Nice. Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate all you do, the Longevity Nation.
Well, thank you. How can we help you?
I'm 110 pounds down on the Healthy Body Weight Loss Pack, but my blood pressure is not dropping. And,
wait a minute. You've lost 110 pounds, but what do you weigh now?
I weigh 232.
Well, you're to be congratulated. And, of course, your story right there gives hope to a lot of people. Thank you for sharing that. Lost 110 pounds. You are to be congratulated. Thank you.
Yep. So the problem is my blood pressure is 167 over 117 this morning, and it is not dropping. So. Okay.
Are you on medication?
No, I'm not. I'm getting ready to go to the doctor and get that down. I was hoping that I didn't have to do that, but obviously I've got to do something.
Sure. Okay. How tall are you, sir?
I'm 5'6".
Okay. Well, 5'6", I'd like to see you weigh 160, so you need to lose about 60, 70 more pounds, right?
Yep. That's what I'm on. That's what I'm on track for.
Okay. Are you on the Rev?
Yes, I'm doing the Rev. I'm doing ketogenics, and I do 2 BTTs and EFAs and OsteoFX a month, as well as one Ultimate Daily Classic and some Occutive. Okay.
So what would you do here, Charmaine, for this wonderful guy who's lost 110 pounds, Robert? What would you do for his blood pressure? You said you're taking one Ultimate Daily Classic. You're talking about one pill or one bottle a month?
One bottle a month.
Okay. What would you do for him to really get that blood pressure down?
Well, according to his body weight, he should be taking 2 bottles. So that and I'd get him on a gluten-free diet too, because that'll help everything, speed everything up.
I am.
Okay, good.
And what else would you add?
Yeah, I'm off the 12 bad foods.
That's fantastic. Again, you're to be congratulated. But yeah, I think there's an underdosing problem here for the blood pressure. Char said certainly you should get on. If you want to go faster, you could get on 3 bottles a month of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets and take 3 times a day for a total of 12. But what else would you add to that for blood pressure, Char?
I'd add the Daily Classic and the Niacin Plus.
You get an A++. Okay, she's exactly right. I would go ahead and add 2 boxes a month, or 30 in a box, of the Ultimate Cardio Sticks. So you can take one at breakfast, one at dinner time. And then also I'd take 2 of those Ultimate Niacin Plus at breakfast, dinner. There'd be 2 bottles a month there. And the 3 of those products, the Ultimate Daily Classic, the Ultimate Cardio Sticks, and the Ultimate Niacin Plus, will support healthy blood pressure and support healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries. And the fact that you've given up all the bad foods is going to relieve inflammation. And inflammation in the arteries and nutritional deficiencies, particularly minerals, are the 2 things that most often will cause blood pressure. You have kidney failure, you're on dialysis, your kidneys can release a hormone called renin, R-E-N-I-N, which can also raise blood pressure. And so, but at any rate, these 3 products will also support healthy blood flow into those filtering units in the kidney called glomeruli. And so this is another way of getting at the blood pressure issue. But yeah, you're way underdosing is why you're not seeing much of a response. And, you could have somebody else in the house, the dog, the cat, the bird, the fish, spouse, partner, mother-in-law, renters. Everybody's got to be gluten-free, not just yourself. And then give us a call every couple of weeks. And, if you feel you're in danger, then you should go get some medication so you can at least get that blood pressure down. And then you continue to dose yourself with the Ultimate Daily Classic, the Ultimate Cardio Sticks, and the Ultimate Niacin Plus, and stay away from all the bad stuff. And then as your blood pressure drops over time, you can actually wean yourself off the medication and get where you want to go. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Maine. And Loretta, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Loretta, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, how can I help you?
Yes, I'm 77 years old. I weigh 169. I've been on blood pressure for a long time. Can't seem to get it down. I've been on your product for almost 2 years. The 90 for Life, the glucose gel, the classic, many of them. I've been on the blood pressure medication. But the last 2 weeks, my blood pressure...
Okay, wait a minute. You're on blood pressure medication and taking some of the program here, and you're still having a struggle with high blood pressure.
Right.
Okay, stop there for a minute. Shar, what do you think is going on here?
She's not absorbing.
You got it. You get an A+. Yes, the odds are you're gluten intolerant here, Loretta, and you need to really, really, really crank down on getting rid of the bad stuff, the inflammatory stuff. No fried foods, no exceptions. No processed meats. Nitrous nitrites, we're talking about deli slices, sandwich meat, sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, pepperoni, jerky, corned beef, Spam. I mean, there can be no equivocating. You can't say, well, on the weekend after church, I'll just have some bacon. No, you can't do that. You're going to stay away from it. And no oils, no olive oil, coconut oil, margarine, many other cooking oils. No gluten, as Shar says, absolutely no gluten, no wheat, brown, and oats to improve the efficiency of absorption of nutrients. And then at 169 pounds, how many of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets would you have her take, Charmaine?
Well, they cut the thing down to 90 instead of 180, but so she needs 6 a day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So she needs what? 2 bottles a month?
Yep.
Yeah, 2 bottles a month of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. I would also have you take 2 of the Ultimate Cardio Sticks per day. That's 2 boxes a month, 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner time. And let's see here. How tall are you?
5'4".
Okay, at 5'4". Yeah, 5'4" for a lady. I'd like to see you weigh 130, 140. So you need to lose about 30, 40 pounds. And what would you do for that, Charmaine? Rev, you bet. A dropper full under your tongue, 30 minutes for each meal. Let it absorb through oral tissues. Do not swallow it. And you'll begin to lose a half pound to 2 pounds a day. And for 1 meal a day, what would you have her have? Get her calories down and get her on that keto caramel diet. What would you give her?
She could take the shakes, eat one of the shakes with an egg in it.
Mm-hmm. Use the keto caramel shake and throw a couple of eggs in there. If you're running around town and don't have time or don't want to carry that shake with you, take a keto bar, and that'll be a meal replacer for lunch. That's what I had for lunch today, was just a keto bar. And I am satiated. I'm not hungry. And that's helping me keep my weight down, because when I get on the road, I can only eat 2 meals a day, because I'm eating 3 meals a day. I'm going to gain weight. So that third meal before the radio here, I just do a keto bar. It's just wonderful. Okay, give us a call every couple of weeks, And let's see here. We got time to start another one here, Doug?
We're just about at break time.
Okay, well, I'm going to then remind everybody we have a new CD coming out in just a couple of weeks. I mean, it is edited. The quality is just phenomenal. And I believe it's going to not be the successor to a replacement for Dead Doctors Don't Lie, but it is definitely the CD that's going to make a set. Dead Doctors Don't Lie and A Stick of Butter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. Dead Doctors Don't Lie and A Stick of Butter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. Contact your Youngevity associate. Say, hey, I want to be in line. I want to be one of the first ones in the neighborhood to get that new CD, A Stick of Butter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. If you haven't listened to Dead Doctors Don't Lie, get them both. Stick with us. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, 9 Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Independence, Missouri. And Judy, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Judy. You're on the air.
Hi.
Hi, what's up?
It's great to talk to you. My husband has been
thank
following you for years. I have developed a kidney disease, and they're telling me it's stage 3 moderate. And 6 months ago, it was at a 39. And just recently, when I had my blood work done, it's dropped to a 33. And I need some help.
Okay, now are they
I've also
proposing
been-
dialysis?
Pardon me? No.
Are they proposing kidney dialysis for you?
No, not yet.
Okay, you started to say you also have...
Well, I've been told I take 3 different blood pressure medicines, Metotropol, dialysine, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, and Maxide. And someone told me, I don't know how true this is, that Metotropol was a very, very, very bad drug to take if you have kidney disease.
Yeah. Well, all of them are very, very bad drugs. Okay, we want to get off the drugs. What do you weigh, Judy?
Too much, 245,
And how tall are you?
5'10".
Okay, 5'10". Hey, I'd like to see a waist 165, 170, 175 for ladies. So, yeah, okay, so you need to lose about 75 pounds here or so, 75, 80 pounds. Okay, Charmaine? What would you do for this lovely lady, Judy? She's got some kidney problems here, not yet on dialysis. She has high blood pressure, and she's got a weight challenge here.
I would give her 2 healthy brain and heart packs, and then I would add to that the Daily Classic and the Niacin Plus, and for the weight loss, she could take that Rev. And, of course,
exactly right.
None of the bad stuff, of course.
Okay, none of the bad stuff. Okay, Judy, you've heard this many times, and you're probably already there, but no fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, no oils of any kind, and no gluten, no wheat, bran, and oats. And then Ashar said 2 of the healthy brain and heart packs, 1 full dose of everything at breakfast and dinner time. But also, as she says, take 3 of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets twice a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. It would be 2 bottles a month. I'd also take, as Ashar says, 2 of those Ultimate Cardio Sticks a day, 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner time. That's 2 boxes a month. And that's to support and promote healthy blood flow through these plugged arteries going to the kidneys, get the dirty blood into the filtering units. And in many cases, you have blood pressure that is resistant to medication because the kidneys are releasing a hormone called renin, R-E-N-I-N, which drives blood pressure up. So we've got to work on that. And as Shar said, again, the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, 3 twice a day. And if you really want to go fast on that, you could take 4 3 times a day. It'd be 3 bottles a month, the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Really go after it. You also take 2 boxes a month of the Ultimate Cardio Sticks, 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner time, and the Ultimate Niacin Plus, 2 bottles a month, 2 at breakfast, 2 at dinner time. That's 2 bottles a month. And as Shar said, the Rev, I'd go ahead and get 2 bottles a month of the Rev. So you can take a dropper full under your tongue 30 minutes for each meal, a second dropper full under your tongue 15 minutes for each meal. Let it absorb through your oral tissues. Do not swallow it. It will not hurt you if you swallow it, but you will not get the maximum benefit. And you will begin to lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. And so everything you have here is resolvable. But you have to be obsessive about avoiding the bad stuff to stop the continuing ongoing damage. Just like you can't be throwing gasoline on a fire when you're trying to put it out. Same way here, you got to get rid of the things that cause these problems, which are fried foods and processed meats and oils and gluten. But the high blood pressure, the kidney disease, and the weight challenge here, all of these are resolvable. Okay, but you have to be really obsessive and crazy about getting rid of the bad stuff, and obsessive and crazy about supplementing to support and promote healthy blood pressure, support and promote healthy kidney function, and support and promote a healthy weight. Well, thank you, everybody. Great testimony today. My goodness, great testimony today. Thank you so much, Shar. Super job as usual. Thank you, Doug and Sam. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.